don't think he's a capitalist. I think he's a
No?
rent seeker. I think he's a rent seeker.
A rent seeker. What is that?
Do you know, okay, why don't you Google it on your
Okay.
stream here? Okay, but a rent seeker is
Potentials, because I
essentially-
have to reach a situation first in time to be actually able for that to engage, right? So we have to talk about potential. We have to talk about, we can't talk about actualization of a situation, right? So realistically, what it's costing society is all that potential downward shit, right?
Melissa in my chat says, so if you wear the Lululemons, everyone will know what religion you are.
Oh, Christianity?
What? Yeah, okay. Are we Christian? You know what? People might mistake me for Jewish.
Nope. Shit. How do I do the filter on OBS? God damn it. I hate when you sometimes click off stuff. It doesn't always save the filter. Crap. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. I'll do that for now until I figure it out.
All right, you can take a minute.
Okay.
You can take a minute. We only have hundreds of people.
Oh, good.
Waiting impatiently for this epic conversation.
As they should be.
Yeah.
There's, because I know there's like a filter, there's like a setting on OBS that allows you to select only your camera for the virtual camera. Oh.
Oh, possibly. I just pipe it right through Discord.
Here we go.
But that's because I'm in a garage.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Yeah, this is not the hopped up professional studio it looks like.
Hey, you know what though? That's the best. That's how you know you can trick your audience, you know?
I'm not trying to trick them. I just didn't want my stream to look like shit.
Ah. There we go. Okay. Yes.
Hey Victoria, how are you? Welcome. Another Canadian. That's right. We're gonna Canada up this bitch.
Nice. Okay,
Might as well get the chit chat out of the way. How old are you?
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 29 years old.
29? Oh.
Yeah.
So young.
Yeah, true. How old are you?
41 actually.
Damn, you look pretty good for 41, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, thanks. The secret is being stressed out with 4 kids.
Yeah, is it? I was
Yeah.
actually curious how many kids you had when you were on the Hippy Dippy there the other night.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was on the Hippie D. I can't stand those 8-person panels.
Yeah, they're just too much.
It's just okay. So, well, we'll talk about it. That's our first segment. Gripe about 8-person panels. I can't fucking stand it. It's not just the Hippy Dippy from Friday. It's I mean, like I do the Hippy Dippy on recruitment on Sunday, right? And it's the same frustration for me.
Yeah, just the same kind of shit.
Well, it's just 8 people on a panel. It's like first of all, I like depth and discussion. I like nuance. I like getting to know people and what their motivations are for like thinking stuff or for going there with things. And this is just not what I'm gonna get out of the Hippy Dippy thing. And especially like on Friday. I mean, honestly, on Friday, as soon as Redneck was, I saw Redneck in like the room of people who were going to be there. I'm just like, ugh, this is just going to be surface level shouting at each other. Anyways.
That's fair. Yeah, Redneck is pretty spicy.
No, it's not. It's not about spicy. He just goes on and talks the same. Like he'll loop through the same talking point like 3 or 4 times, right? And it's just like, and then everyone has to get in like, oh my god, Redneck, how can you possibly think this, right? So you got to wait for everybody's standard response, okay, to get through this, and then it's like, oh, it's your turn to speak. It's like, You got to raise your hand. It's either I raise my hand or I have to be impolite and break in, right? And
okay.
and then breaking in is just shouting over people. And it's not like it's like I don't really want to shout just standard like talking points. How can you think this? You know, so that's it. It's just not it's not discussion. You know, and I know that's the game. Like I'm not complaining, right? Because whatever, that's the Twitch game, and you know, the whatever that dynamic is feeds into certain things, but it's just not for me.
It's fair. Yeah, it can be a little overwhelming.
It's not so much overwhelming. It's boring. It's boring for me personally. Like I'm not here farming clout or anything because it's like I don't have a lot of time to stream. I do it like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half a night, right?
Yeah.
I know. With the time resources I have, I'm just severely handicapped into ever turning the streaming thing into something that's anything significant, right? I just do this for fun. It's what I do to occupy. It's my entertainment while I smoke a joint, right?
That's
it's
fair.
interactive. So that's it. That's really what I'm doing this for. So that's it. I'm not there to cloud farm or anything like that. I actually like having discussions with people. So, and that's it. And the 8-person panels is not for discussion.
Yeah, you're not going to get usually ahead on any real topics of conversation. Unfortunately, yeah, no, I'm with you there. I like the person in the more one-on-one stuff as well. That's why I haven't done a lot of panels. Well, fuck these highways. I have absolutely no clue. I know I did it once for Discord, but now I can't seem to do it again for for it. I had it so that it would just show my one camera. And oh, hang on, maybe that's it. No, why not? Weird.
That's why yeah, this will be fine. This will be great. This
Okay,
right here. That's
yeah.
fine.
We'll just do it this way.
Yeah, we'll do it this way. There you go. Hello. Yeah. So just to continue my, I guess, complaining here. My complaining. That's kind of what happened. Like on Hippy Dippy. At one point, I left because I was just like, man, this is just gonna be this. I was just like, I can see this going on. Like we veered off the topic of whatever the truckers, right? And we're just talking about vaccine bad, right? Mm-hmm. And it just, I was just like, fuck, man. Like for once you could add, like you can talk about a different vector, but it just degenerated into vaccine bad, and no one can get on it. It's just like, why don't you listen to the science? Oh, the vaccines are effective. Like, haven't we heard this motherfucker 50 billion times already in 2022? You know, and it's like I gotta sit through this, and I have a feeling like the next 2 conversations are gonna be exactly this. So at one point, I just tell Dylan, like, what are we doing here, man? You know, and he mutes me, and I'm just like, I just don't want to stay, honestly. Like, I could care less about the clout here, right? Okay, anything like that. I just don't want to stay. I don't want to stay and waste my evening for this, you know. And because I could literally do anything else, but Danabo set me up on the thing, and I have a decent relationship with Danabo, right? So I didn't want to. And after that, I was just like, fuck, man, this guy books a thing, right? He says, oh, I put this guest on, and the guest just like bails first thing. I felt bad, so I went back because, you know, I don't like to welch on things, you know. I don't like to say I'm gonna be somewhere and then I'm not. So. Yeah,
that's fair.
It was frustrating. I'm just like, I'm just gonna wait this one out, basically, and it lasted extra long too. It's cold in this garage. Like after the Hippy Dippy, I went inside and I could not get uncold for like 2 hours. Like it sunk into my bones, man.
Well, I was gonna say, it looks like you're wearing a pretty thick jacket as it is right now.
No, this is my spring jacket. Actually,
oh shit, is it?
Yeah, it's my spring jacket. I'm wearing 2 layers underneath.
Oh,
look,
okay.
I'm telling you, look, dude, I'm really in a garage here.
Oh, okay? Shit, Jesus.
Yeah. Like it's all smoke and mirrors, you know. Hold on, I gotta down. There you go, like that. Yeah, I do need a heater. That's what we need to do. We need to donate to my stream so I buy a heater. No, I
fucking right. Little space heater would do you good, right at the toes too.
I have
a toes nice and warm.
I have a space heater right here next to my hand.
Oh, right? Nice. So at least keep your fingers warm.
Yeah, exactly. When I'm smoking the joint, I frequently like switch hands, and the other one's just like going on the heater, trying to warm itself up. You know, if ever you see me, if ever you catch me like on a panel or whatever, just on the off thing, okay, and we're like an hour or something in, check if my arm is waving like this, and it's just me passing my hand on the fucking heater.
Try to keep the fingers warm.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you one little pro tip here. Okay, on
Okay.
Discord, okay, on the top right corner, there's a
Yep.
place that says "Don't show," or there's a checkbox that says "Show non-video participants," and you can uncheck that. There we go.
There we go. Cool.
Isn't that
Nice.
nicer? Yeah,
That's way nicer.
absolutely. Okay, great. All right. So, critically Canadian, we connected on Twitter because I think you posted something about um, about spending so much time on your video when you know it's going to get like 2-3 views on YouTube, and I'm like, yep, that's it. I've gotten it down so I don't spend more than 5 minutes on a video.
Yeah.
Okay. I have my copy pasta fucking thumbnail. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna take a picture of you. I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna cut the background out. I'm gonna stick it in the bottom left corner. All right. Put your name on top. Thumbnail. I cut off the beginning and the end of my stream.
Yeah.
All right. It's just us talking. There you go. That's it. You know why? Because if nobody's gonna watch, it's just not worth it. It's not fucking worth it.
I see what you're saying. You still gotta have stuff, like you gotta have a sacrifice for the algorithm, but there's no sense making it a hearty sacrifice if nobody's gonna click on it.
Well, it's more like I'm in here. This is what I do to smoke the joint, right? And whatever, we're streaming, so I might as well stream it, right? And since I'm streaming it, I guess I'm recording it. So I guess I'm just going to, I'm just going to keep, I guess, a record of this. But also with this, I don't like. I was doing this at one point with all the fucking mess in the garage in the background. It's just and the microphone wasn't my top notch microphone or anything. It kind of looked and sounded like shit, you know. So I guess I tweaked the aesthetic a bit, so at least it looks somewhat. Yeah, at least it looks somewhat nice.
Yeah, it's pleasing. It's pleasingly like it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye when people look. Yeah, it looks like a studio. Honestly, like I thought you were in like a legit, like in your office, you know, with the walls around you. I didn't realize you were out in a garage.
No.
So,
I can't smoke in my office.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's. I had my toke before this, and I was like, well, shit. Yeah, I can't smoke in my house. I don't smoke in the house. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, so because I have the kids and stuff, I can't. If I smoke in the office, just my office is just gonna smell like fucking smoke all day. Right?
Yeah,
all day and all night. Especially if I'm doing this like 3-4 times a week. Holy shit! It's just gonna be like I don't know. I guess you're. I don't know if you're old enough for this, but I mean, do you remember like people who would smoke indoors?
Oh yeah, I remember indoor smoking at restaurants. Yeah, 100%. Smoking or non-smoking, and you'd be still sitting in the non-smoking as the fucking the smoking doors are open in the fucking restaurant, and it's just wafting wherever it wants to.
You go in there because some of your friends are smokers, and maybe you'd have a cigarette or two or something in a Tim Hortons, and they used to have like at first it was smoking section, non-smoking section, but at one point they put glass, like a glass partition, so you'd basically be in the smoking cubicle, right? And you'd come out of there, and your clothes would just like fucking stink. They'd stink forever, right? And you wouldn't notice it. You would never notice it because, you know, this was your life and stuff, or at least when I was young, I didn't notice it. But once I was away from like smokers all the time, when someone spent time smoking, I'd fucking smell it. I'd be ugh.
That dirty kind of chemically tar smell to them. Who do you think would have won the great debate, the smoking or non-smoking, if it would have been held today? I honest to God, I wouldn't be surprised if the smoking people would have, especially with social media, they would have been like, smoking's fucking cool, smoking's fucking based. Like, I don't know. I smoke every day, or I smoke this one joint every night. Yeah,
and I'd be like, get it the fuck out of, get it the fuck out. I can't. Yuck.
Yeah, like being indoors. Yeah. I don't know. I look at like kind of with the 8 people panel. I kind of look at how we have conversations today with like in relation to like scientific topics. And man, they just get it's often had by people that have barely a grade 12 understanding of some of these sciences. But they'll tote like these opinions like they're fact when they're not even rooted in like reality.
I don't even
wild.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's interesting to listen to people who are experts in their field talk, but and don't get me wrong, I think it's full of valuable stuff, ways of seeing this thing. These people think about this and experiment with this all the time, but even experts in their field, in my opinion, can't predict how whatever they're going to study is going to work in the chaotic, in the chaotic real world, right? Where there's no labs, there's no like isolation of variables. It's everything's kind of just interacting with each other, and it does weird stuff, right? So so even then, it's like I can't. I mean, it's nice to hear, but I mean, and especially if I don't have my fingers in anything that in anything that can manipulate like anything that's going on in the universe, then it's just like,
Well, well, that's usually why when you go to like test a hypothesis, you try to do like real world case studies in which you eliminate a lot of those potentially, I guess, like known variables, right? Because you're trying to test something, you're trying to test your hypothesis. I think a lot of the things that we do already test in today's society from the theories, I think they're pretty grounded. I know a lot of psychology struggles from recreation studies,
right?
And it kind of ends up invalidating some of the sociology and psychology that we knew back, what we thought we knew back in the day,
right?
So like in that area, it's very fascinating because we're still very much learning about the brain. Yeah, go ahead.
Even have you ever heard of this replication crisis?
Yeah.
So yeah, even in hard sciences, when I guess when companies try to take academic studies and reproduce like the results, they have like a 20% success rate, and like reproducing 20% guy. Okay, that's just in hard sciences. All right, like so yeah, so that kind of level of I guess now imagine applying and thinking that something like in maybe psychology or economics or something like that applied to the chaotic real world, okay, it has more of a likelihood of being accurate as like a hypothesis of how things work, right? Doesn't that seem strange to you?
No, because if you think about it, the things that we're using in society today are getting replication studies constantly because we're using them, right? I think my guess would be that a lot of those studies that they replicated or weren't replicated probably weren't studies that really had any merit, that nobody really saw a need to go restudy it because it wasn't something that we really needed to know, right? I think you're going to have like a certain percentage of those studies, right? But I think for the most part, with the things we enact in society, they are usually generally pretty well tested, I think.
If in hard sciences you get like a 20% like or 20-ish percent, okay, replication rate, okay, then what good is it when some Twitch streamer comes out and says, yeah, this study says that this relationship exists, right?
Yeah, I think there's no value to it really at the end of the day, other than it's a great way to way to think about new things, right? Because you might get subject to information that you didn't previously know. And I think at the end of the day, we'll never stop learning as people. And Twitch streamers especially are really bad for this. Two things that drag this community down that I can see right off the bat.
Okay.
Nobody likes to say that they're wrong.
Okay.
And nobody likes to admit that they still have a lot to learn. Those two things in and of itself absolutely drag down this community.
Okay.
I think if just those two simple things were to change, I think you would see a whole different dynamic in the way that we interact with each other on this space.
Maybe there's like a parallel community that nobody knows about, right? Because we're just so tuned in to like to like negative stimuli, right? But there's like a whole like positive Twitch community that's just kind of existing in like a phase shifted universe. And by phase shifted universe, I just mean like network of streamers that don't that actually talk to each other, produce good content, and just kind of exist out there, right? And it's like you don't know them until you find them, you
Yep.
know?
Yep. Because they're not as drama filled or as conflict-esque. Because I think a lot of times whether we like to admit it or not, we like violence. We really do. It's something that that animal part of our brain, that the crocodile part, it just loves it. So when we're a little more, could say, I guess, progressed forward, whereas we're not as violent in the Western world as maybe somewhere that's not as developed, just due to the fact that like our socioeconomic status, our like all these things that we've built up here and now that we benefit from, has allowed us to get our violence from other places that are more drama filled and idea filled versus like actual conflict.
Right. We're sheltered, and our propensity for violence expresses itself in different ways.
Right? Like people are super violent in video games, right? But they're not. They don't. You get. I know there's a little bit when you're talking younger kids and the way they interact because they mimic what they see. But generally, as an adult, like you'll go play Call of Duty, right? Maybe generally, and you're not ready to go like. Yeah, maybe in America, go grab your gun and run down the street and start fucking fighting Ruskies on, Fifth Avenue. Right. You can still live a normal life, right? So yeah, I think just our outlets for violence have changed a lot. So in Western society, at least.
So Hassan replied to Heem. That's pretty exciting.
That is pretty exciting. Good for him. That's a big step. That's some clout right there.
Why doesn't he just fucking co-op his fucking streaming apparatus?
I've had conversations about this in the past with Zen Streams. Yeah. And he brings up a good point. It would be very, very difficult to kind of make a structure. However, I think the fact that Hassan hasn't tried, I think, is a little disappointing. Yeah. I think if he would have put in the effort, and I think the biggest thing at the end of the day is just try to live what you're talking about.
Okay, so give me your impression on this. Okay, is it like people say that he has value, right? Because he's I guess he's a mouthpiece for the cause of socialism.
Yep.
Right? Okay, and therefore it's fine because he's doing such a great job. Okay, at pushing this cause or at saying socialism is good, basically. All right.
Yeah.
That it's worth it. He's getting paid the adequate amount. Okay, for pushing this cause, and that's great. But is he really teaching the young kids about socialism, or is he just teaching them about the word socialism and it's awesome? Okay.
Yeah. This is the debate I had almost verbatim a while back, and my take was that it's just aesthetic at this point. It's just he's just teaching them, and I've been told it's okay. I've been told by a few people that they just don't care. Some other streamers that I've discussed this with, they don't care. He's spreading the word of socialism. More people are getting the information, at least if it's like that first contact kind of thing. Okay. That's beneficial to the cause, and it doesn't matter what else. It doesn't matter if he actually lives those words, just as long as that message is getting out.
No, but that's the cause. The cause of what? What? No one. I guarantee you. I guarantee there's so few people who are all about socialism. Okay, that have actually tried to have some common group enterprise with somebody. Okay, okay, that has had communal, I guess, property. All right, or that has had to share things on that level where you've staked something that you could lose, and people say, oh well, I'm losing my time and I'm spending some of my life. No, I mean like something you've worked for, right? Something you've worked for and you hold precious, and you just stake it because you're like, I believe in this cause so much that I actually am going to deal with some shit, okay, to make this fucking thing happen, right? And then go out there and actually navigate the challenges and opportunities that come up with dealing with problems in this way, right? And this is not what Hassan is teaching. This is not what Hassan is indoctrinating people into. I think I think more people should be trying it. Okay, and I'm always talking about communalism to just like look for opportunities with people around you. Okay, to try and fix mutual problems together. I can't tell you do this. I have some projects that I work on, right? And I can talk about those. I can't tell people what to do in their lives. But that kind of attitude, like seek problems, try to find communal, socialized solutions to them on small scales, and you tell me what works and doesn't work when you even out everything. Because there are advantages, but there are also disadvantages that are very real and you have to deal with. And I'm not saying that the disadvantages are like more significant than the advantages. I'm just saying, depending on the project that you have, the environment you're in, and what you're trying to accomplish, okay, it's not one solution fits all, you know.
Well, yeah, and it can be frustrating too when you have somebody who preaches it and has the resources to do it and still doesn't go out of their way to do it. It's like, well, who is supposed to do it? If he's not supposed to take the first steps and literally lead, who the fuck is? People behind him? Well, that's fucking weird. Then he's no longer the leader of your movement. It's somebody else taking the steps. Do you know who Dario is on Twitter?
Yeah, I know Dario.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his game that he's building is a co-op.
Yeah.
So that's somebody who's like his stake to claim with other people, saying, "Hey, let's go in all this together."
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And we'll all win together. And he's taken those steps and he's done it. That man is living, you know, that man's living what he's preaching. He's saying co-ops are good, and when he had the opportunity, he made one.
Yeah, so exactly. That's something I can respect. If Hassan, not that it has to be his life, but if he engaged in some small enterprise that mimicked that kind of, like, you know, I had a problem and I'm going to take a socialized approach to it. Okay, that would give him actual credibility. Not that he needs credibility, okay, because people are just giving him money anyways. Clearly, okay, but anyways, I would take him more seriously as a mouthpiece for socialism if he did stuff like that.
Yeah, well, the thing is at this point, he's a capitalist. I mean, there's just no way about it. There's like he's doing it, and then good, you know, fucking God bless. Okay, fucking God bless America. Spend that fucking money you're making. If people want to pay you, no.
It's funny, you know what? It's funny. Supreme tweeted something. You know,
yeah,
Hassan a capitalist. I dare you to tell me otherwise. Anyways, no one responded. A few people responded, but I was like, I don't think he's a capitalist. I think he's a rent seeker. I think he's a rent seeker.
A rent seeker? What is that?
Okay, why don't you Google it on your screen here? Okay, but a rent seeker is essentially someone who engages in activities that lets them accumulate more of the wealth in a system without actually adding any value, any wealth to the system.
Oh, interesting. Rent seeking is the effort to increase one share. Oh, creating new wealth. Oh, I like that term.
Okay,
I'll throw that in my pocket.
He is 100%. Okay, in my opinion, the definition of a rent seeker is Hassan Piker.
Yeah, no shit. I can see that.
Yeah, because I don't see, and whatever, someone gets me on Twitter and they're like, well, his video, the content he creates is new wealth. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, at that point, I'm like, I'm not going to engage with this person anymore. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Okay, but
guaranteed that person was an NFT, bro. 100%.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. That's some rent-seeking shit too. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way to describe the NFT craze. Although the concept of an NFT I find is very useful. The way it's being applied with whatever the fuck's going on out there, I don't even want to touch it. Is pure rent seeking.
Oh yeah, it's honestly like I would call them scams. I would call them our today's version of a Ponzi scheme. Where it's just people just literally pumping them up and then you dumping them on people, and you have a whole bunch of people holding these investments thinking they're going to make money, and the people that have already made the money are long gone.
That's
when the coins are done. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. Some fucking clip art. Oh, let me sell you some clip art with fucking NFT certification. Who the fuck is going to enforce this for you?
Yeah, right.
Who the fuck is going to enforce this for you? Are you going to call the fucking FBI? Guys, someone violated my NFT. Arrest them now. All right.
Well, not only that, like the whole blockchain, it's an interesting concept, but the more I listen to it, it really feels like you're at the whim of the community. Where in some regards, man, if like people don't like you or they don't want to help you verify maybe transactions, help you get your money back, they might be looking out to scam you, to take your wallets, like throw the little devices where if you open it, it sends all your money away. Like, I feel like you would be one paranoid motherfucker working in that, being in that industry or being in that investment circle.
I don't know. The fact that you can reasonably verify the accuracy of a piece of information,
yeah,
right, and verify it worldwide instantly is useful. Is useful as a capacity, okay? But what needs to be done is there needs to be a solution that actually solves like a real problem. Well, that's kind of the definition, I guess, that I was using for capitalist, right?
Okay.
A capitalist is someone who takes material or means of production, okay, or capital, okay, and uses it as inputs, okay, in a process that produces more production, okay. So if it saves you time and energy in that you can do other things, you have more resources freed up to do other things, therefore creating more energy available in the world, okay, then that's what a real, that's what a real capitalism, and not what capitalism talk about as far as like political caca, right? But that's what capitalism would be intended to be.
The idea of building more capital out of your capital.
Finding inefficiencies, okay, basically in reality that allow that you can solve, that allow you to liberate more energy to undertake other things.
Okay.
Right?
And then the rent seeker is the person that isn't adding any new wealth, and they're just taking.
Yeah, they're just gathering more of a share of the wealth for themselves.
Without
having that process that creates new production.
Interesting. And it has to be like material capital or something of
I'm just trying to, I guess, describe the concept as far as what it has to be or doesn't have to be. Okay, you can kind of like morph certain definitions like intellectual capital or something, which actually is very valid, right? You take ideas, always build on each other to find new pathways of describing the world, right? So there would be such a thing as intellectual capital is basically just writing things.
Ooh, so, I'm gonna destroy your whole argument. One question here: wouldn't that be what Hassan is doing with his videos?
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So he's okay. So you know what? Fair enough. Yeah. So he's not So he's not a capitalist, I guess, in the sense of the word that I was using it. Okay? Yeah. But I guess he would be, I guess, a capitalist of intellectual property. And he's an intellectual capitalist.
Intellectual capitalist, yeah. Not quite rent-seeking because he's adding that intellectual.
No. Yeah. In terms of productivity and money-making, absolutely rent-seeking.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of the idea market, okay, he's an intellectual capitalist. In this way, he is creating new pathways that seem to jive with people.
Oh, okay.
Like if you can, like that's why I was trying to separate the concept of it from a fixed application.
Oh, okay.
So you understand, I guess
I just
describe.
I learned a new word, so I like that rent seeking. That's a good one. Yep. I'm gonna have to keep that one in mind.
But in terms of production, okay, so that's it. In terms of production time, stuff like that, he's absolutely he's a rent seeking vampire.
Yeah.
But in terms of intellectual capital, I guess he's creating it. I don't like it, but you know what? That's not up to me.
Oh, that was actually a question I was going to have. Is there positive like profit seeking or rent seeking? Is it called? Yep. Oh, it's called profit seeking, beneficial profit seeking. Well, I was just wondering if there's like beneficial rent seeking, but I feel like it wouldn't.
I mean, look, is there benefit? You know what? You have to specify in what environment.
Well, I was just kind of curious because, like, a stay-at-home parent isn't really building wealth unless you're talking like they're building a new person for society.
The child is the productive input in this system.
Yeah. Okay.
Their life experience and the productive output to hopefully make for a better world or something, or to find a better way, okay, or a more fit way, is the child.
Okay. Yeah. So does that mean by default, being a parent, I'm a capitalist?
What would it be? a genetic it's not
Capitalist?
genetics.
Oh, that
It's more
sounds.
like
Oh, that sounds
genetic
bad.
capitalist. Yeah, a genetic capitalist. Yeah, perfect. Or a biological capitalist. There you
Yeah.
go.
The
Okay.
Gattaca.
Right. So there you go.
Well,
See,
then
so that's why you don't ask people what when people say they're a capitalist, you ask them what kind of capitalist, right? Capitalist or rent seeker. That's the thing to ask people. You have to specify the environment, right? But
See,
are you a capitalist or rent seeker? Streamers, I think, in production, in terms of production, are part rent seekers, unless you're creating educational content.
Okay. I mean, all my content's educational. It's just the quality's really poor.
Right.
It's just really, really, really low. Yeah,
Oh.
it's curious because if you're helping, because shit, even if you're helping people with like giving life advice that somehow goes on to make them a more productive member, but it's not therapy, you'll be generating a wealth of sorts there too. Right. Yeah, it's kind of interesting the down effects that we might not know is happening. Makes you think about wealth and capitalism and systems all more. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Right, absolutely. Because I mean, look, the term capitalism, okay, is just like is this dynamic that I'm describing to you, right? Productive for lack of a better word, productive inputs to create more production, right? So, I forgot where I was going with that. Shit.
Okay.
Shit.
Happens.
ADHD? Do you have ADHD? Everyone does on this site.
Oh yeah, of course. We're all addicted to dopamine. Dopamine hits at this point. We're fucked. Even if you didn't have it before, you probably got it now.
True.
Yeah. True. It's like when you get the Twitch affiliate. It's like click this box if you're ADHD. We just need to make sure that that's okay for this site. It's a prerequisite.
Exactly. People shouldn't even announce that they're ADHD. They should just announce they're non-ADHD. So
Yeah.
Look at them as special snowflakes that need to be treated, like the minority that they are.
You gotta slow down for them. Okay, we're gonna talk about taxes now. Okay.
I'm gonna talk very slowly so you normal brains can understand me.
Oh fuck. Good stuff.
There you go.
Good space. It's such a great space. It's so healthy here.
Oh well,
this is so good for people's mental health. Don't get me wrong.
Well-being. I have normal conversations with a ton of like regular people, IRL, right? But I enjoy this 1 hour for 1 hour a night. For 1 hour a night, I escape my problems. I have this joint and I calm the fuck down.
Yeah, and then you do the High Times podcast. Or is that this right now, or is that only once a week?
No, that's tomorrow. I gotta put out put out posters.
Oh fuck, you're slacking.
No, whatever. We just booked a guest today, and anyways. Whatever.
Nice. Who you having?
Galaxy of Moses. She's Galaxy of Moses. Okay, Jewish, ADHD, autism. Very pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. She games and has an OnlyFans account. Anyways,
actually,
she seems lovely. Yeah.
Okay.
She's a very attractive body.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, but we're gonna have her on. We were supposed to have her on, but she got sick. We were supposed to have her on a few months ago, but she got sick. Anyways.
Oh shit.
The return. We had True Mama on. I'm enjoying that show actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm enjoying doing that show. Again, not for clout farming, but I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to have CTV as kind of a foil.
Oh yeah.
But I guess basically CTV's clout allows me to interview people I that normally wouldn't come smoke a joint with me.
That's nice. That is actually really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So
CTV is good for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as people give him a hard time, and he can be quite out there. He's he's a pretty basic individual, it seems, for the most part. I'm sure everybody has their quirks. The man can put on a show. The man can put on a show.
Right. No, but I mean, it's good. He produces it for me, and I can, I can
nice.
basically have the. I can essentially have this one-on-one conversation with somebody with some commentary from CTV.
So what do you just interview them about their life or about their streaming, or what do you? I guess I'm a terrible fan. I haven't watched yet.
No, yeah, that's right. You're slacking.
Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah. What is it? Well, whatever. I guess they're. Sometimes I see them, I look at them, I'm like, what would I want to ask this? Like, what do I want to get to know this person? I'm always trying to look for. I'm always trying, instead of trying to look for like what they're into, I'm trying to look for why they're into it.
Mm.
I find the getting to know their personal motivations for thinking things, giving them a safe space to express themselves, and getting to know their personal motivation for doing things is something that's very fascinating to me.
Nice,
right?
Actually, that sounds base as fuck. Now I am gonna go watch at some point here because fuck, that sounds awesome. I like it. I love it.
Yeah, but that's really, because I don't want to judge people for what they think, right?
Yeah.
Because I want to hear it, but I want to hear why they think it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, where did this come from? Where's your pains? Where's your traumas? What are the bumps that have pushed you into this path?
Yeah.
Right?
Have you one of my community members actually introduced me to a channel is the White Belly. They interview like some of the society's like most on-off, like most not well-off individuals in society, like prostitutes, like Klansmen, gang members, murderers, like all these people, and it's wild to hear some of their stories.
That's you know what's funny? You know what's so funny? Okay, you know where I got this? Here's the secret of Monty. All right.
Okay.
You know where I got this name, Montreal Player?
Huh.
Okay. When I was 19, so this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right. This is like basically when. No, this is basically like 2000.
Damn.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I put up a website, montrealplayer.com.
Okay.
All right. And this is before YouTube or anything like that. Okay?
Yeah.
It had a section with like music, today's music going on. All right. And it had videos, playing there of me going down the street. We went with the video camera and edited it and stuff like that. Going down the street, and we talked to homeless people and asked them where they came from. Right. And just to find out their stories and stuff like that. We had one segment where we'd ask girls these like ridiculous questions, or no, like dating sex questions or something.
Okay.
Right? Like girls on the street or something. They're all pretty. Right.
Yeah.
And but then we'd end this fucking stupid interview with this question. Okay. Now I'm going to ask it to you. All right.
Okay.
All right. If you had no other choice in the world, death was not an option. Okay.
Okay.
What would you rather do? Okay. Blow your dad or eat out your mom?
Ooh. Probably say blow my dad. Yeah.
You blow your dad, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why, may I ask? What made you go down that direction?
I know. I'm bi-curious anyways. I might as well kill two birds with one stone.
Okay. I guess you'd rather look in your dad's eyes than your mom.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
all right, fair enough.
For once, when I'm calling him daddy, it'll mean something.
Yeah, you only have to blow him. You don't only have to blow him if you don't want to,
Yeah, I mean,
some people are just like, oh, that's disgusting, and I've never heard I had but how into it am I?
There's you only got fucking YOLO, so
you only live once.
You only got one go. Fuck it, you're gonna experience it all, baby.
Might as well roll the dice on blowing your dad.
Fuck. Might
make things awkward. Might be a relationship you never dreamed of.
Yeah, fuck. It's a bonding experience,
It's all right. Okay, that's decent. Anyways, so that's it. It was essentially videos like that. But YouTube was like 5 years away. Anyways, I just think about. Anyways, so that's it. I thought about that when I remade this username like fucking 2 years ago.
Nice.
3 years ago, and I'm like, and there you go. So, there's the story. That's why I'm Montreal Player. Oh yeah, that's right. I thought I was handy with the women back then. I was pretty good looking. I was pretty good looking. Yeah.
Well, I mean, fuck, if you've held on to it, like, I honestly, I didn't think you were 40. I thought like early 30s. So,
oh, yeah? Okay. Yeah. You know what it is? You know what it is? I wash my face. I wash my face. I get some decent cleanser, and just in the shower once a week. I just,
give it a good clean.
Just clean it.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
don't
do that
know.
more.
You know what? You know where I heard that? Hold on. Where did I hear that? Oh yeah. People ask Pharrell. You know who Pharrell is?
No, not a clue.
Cause I'm happy. You know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy looks like he's fucking 20 and he's like 50.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And you know who looks decent also? Tyra Banks. And I read
Yes.
an article once. I read an article. Pharrell says like they asked him about his face, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
Tyra Banks gave me great advice once, and she said, "Wash your face.
And it's just that's all he's been doing.
Just wash your face." You
Come
know
to
what?
think of it, like when you're in the shower, you kind of get it, but I would be shocked if a lot of people give it a really good deep.
Yeah. I
deep
used to do that
scrub.
too. I used to just my face was wet. It's not particularly dirty,
Yeah.
right? Right? Just blah 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 blah. Yeah, exactly. The man shower.
Yeah.
But no, you know what? Once a week, at least once a week, I'm just like, I'm gonna scrub this in, and I've been doing it for a while, and I get more and more comments like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he looks pretty good. Yeah, some people are, yeah, they do shit like that, or they're just able to really hold their age really well.
It's the face washing thing, man. I'm telling you, that's
I'm gonna
all
start
it
doing
is.
it.
No, I'm sure there's some people with
I mean,
like they'll never have nice skin, but
no,
if you have a halfway reasonable chance, wash your face.
gotta take it.
Apparently you age less.
Makes sense. I guess your pores aren't clogging as much, and
Yeah, exactly. It's
won't
not
be.
turning into they're not working overtime trying to fight some other shit.
Yeah,
It's like relaxed. This is a civilized face that gets washed.
yeah. Why the rest of me is already stressed? Why does my face skin have to be? This is bullshit.
Maybe that's just the edge you need to make it in life. You gotta build momentum. If your face can start feeling relieved and doing better, okay, why not your nose? Why not your head? Why not your shoulders? Why not you?
Would you ever watch the IT Crowd?
The what?
The IT Crowd?
No.
No, it's a TV show, and there's an episode where the one guy really lacks confidence, and his boss is like, "I'm gonna give you the secret for confidence." He's like, "You ready?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Women's slacks,"
Okay.
and he's like,
yeah.
"Yeah." And he's
I've
like,
heard that joke before. Yeah, but yeah.
yeah, and he goes out and he buys these women's slacks, and he can only wear them for so long because he's so confident in them. And yeah, that's what it reminded me of, the face wash. It was like gonna be like this big master secret, and it's just like women's slacks. Wash your face.
Okay. Do they have to? But they have to be like sexy in some way to work.
Yeah,
right?
they gotta like have a flower
It
print.
can't just be like it can't just be like Hanes black underwear woman cut.
No, but man, we should make leggings like the Lululemon leggings, regular things for guys. Okay, this is bullshit. There's like three styles for men. Yeah, there's like three styles for men: sweats, cargo pants, jeans. That's all we get.
No one wants to see the shape of our ass.
Yeah, what the fuck? I want super tight leggings that are from Lululemon, where they make my ass feel like a fleece blanket. Okay, this is bullshit. I'm tired of wearing jeans, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Okay, really, the jeans aren't doing it for you? I
No.
feel like they're really comfortable.
No, I have to wear them for work. So me
Okay.
and jeans any other part of the day is just like no go.
Yeah,
I'll
you
wear
should just-
anything else.
You
Yeah.
should just wear them around the house just to test them out. Is that
No,
what do you
gross.
do that?
No, I wear sweats or like shorts or
Okay, well, you should. You know what? I don't know if you have an income or something, but if you do, all right, maybe you get some Lululemons, all right, and just try them out around the house. Maybe once you get comfortable in them, you'll be like, you know what? Maybe I'll just go out to the mailbox. with
like,
these,
like
you know,
go over to the
Oh,
neighbors.
yeah, no, yeah, go to the mailbox. Okay, all right. I've been going to the mailbox a few times. Okay, you know what? Fuck, I'm wearing my Lululemons. I'm relaxing, but I gotta go to the store and get some milk or something, right? Fuck it. Am I gonna change pants? Fuck no.
Fuck no.
I'm wearing pants, right? You just
No.
go to the store, the local grocery store, all right? In your Lululemons, you buy some lettuce and milk and a bag of cookies because you're being a bad boy today.
Fucking rights.
All right. Yeah, that's it. And that's how you just get comfortable making
Lululemon's normal.
a thing. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking rights. You know what? I'm gonna take the L for the team. Goddamn rights.
There you go. You just
A
wear 'em on-
visionary of our times.
start by wearing them on stream. Make them your stream pants. You don't have to showcase them all the time because you're sitting like this.
That's true. I normally I wear I've wore a llama suit in the past when we were doing some drama streams. So you know what? I can make Lululemon's a normal thing.
Yeah, Lululemons would be much better than a fucking llama suit. Jesus Christ, that sounds
True.
hot.
It was hot as fuck. I made the mistake. I did a 24-hour stream, and I was like, "Hey guys, we get like it was." I just made affiliate and I was doing a 24-hour, and I was like, "Hey guys, we get 6 subs in this 24 hours. I'll throw the llama suit on." And one of my regulars came in and he dropped all 6 subs like 4 hours into it, so I had to wear that fucking llama suit for like 20 hours.
Melissa in my chat says, so if you wear the Lululemons, everyone will know what religion you are.
Oh, Christianity?
What? Yeah, okay. Are we Christian? You know what? People might mistake me for Jewish.
Yeah, I'm not Christian. I'm atheist. So.
Okay.
Oh
okay,
yeah.
Well, it's okay.
Heathen.
It's okay. You basically you have Christian dick.
It's true.
You're indistinguishable from a Christian in terms of like dick grooming.
Probably true. Probably true. You know, it's a little bit of a burning bush situation down there. You know.
Okay. Right. No one's gonna. Yeah. Exactly. See, with me, they might be like, "Oh, is he Jewish?" Right? I'm not, but they might ask that. Okay. But with you, they're not gonna ask anything. They're just gonna think you're, you're just a Christian guy.
Just a dirty Canadian colonizer.
Exactly. That's right.
Oh fuck. Do you live in Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you inundated with all the honking from any protests?
No, I don't hear it.
No, all good.
No. Man, we were talking. Yeah. We just got into fucking on the hippy dippy. We got into fucking vaccine bad. Fucking annoying. So irritating. Anyways.
Always.
Anyways, I would like to get people's takes on the truckers.
Yeah.
Just because it's not. I'm not. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I had a bunch of thoughts on it. I'm not really gonna go over this right now, but
yeah, nobody really gave their it never really got to the truckers very much. It was just more like the truckers are protesting COVID bad. Exactly. COVID not real, vaccines bad. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It was anyways. So okay, but yeah, the truckers. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna get the truckers.
Yeah, fuck it.
We're both Canadians. We're allowed to talk about fucking Canadian bullshit.
Fucking rights.
All right. Okay. It seems to me. Man, okay. So they had basically. It's just that if they were unvaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This was the federal thing. Everyone's like, oh, it's managed provincially. No, this was actually a federal thing. Mm-hmm. If you were unvaccinated and crossed the border, you had to go into quarantine. It was fucking irritating.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's it. Like they could still cross the border, but they just had to do the 2-week quarantine
every time they crossed the border. Or get vaccinated.
This is not a massive inconvenience.
No,
I feel like it's not. But the other thing is that the truckers, okay, from my perspective, they're probably introverts. Okay, they're comfortable. They've built their lives around being in a situation where they're basically alone with their own, with their own things around them, and they probably like that kind of solitude, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things like your mind's quiet. It's good, right? So that's it. And then, but they've built their lives around this kind of like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm just not going to hurt anybody. I'm going to leave you alone, okay? And don't tell me what to do, okay? And then you have people, some people going like, no, we're going to tell you what to do. We're still going to tell you what to do. And I think that just like they're like, fuck, man, this is not. I don't want this. Where can I go? This is important to me that people don't tell me what to do. So that's it. I think it hit at their heartstring there, and because it's also maybe it's a problem getting work probably because there's trade agreements, there's things like we don't want them back. You can't book them as easily, so it's just and they're mad because their livelihoods are like threatened, and it taps into this. Even the people who are vaccinated, they say like, sorry, I'm dumping it all on you.
Oh, it's all good.
Even the people who are vaccinated, they say they don't support the trucker, or sorry, they support fucking. Mandates and lockdowns and stuff like that. I'm one of them, right? Mm-hmm. But but just because you say you support them and you think they're a good idea, they're the right thing to do, it doesn't mean you're not bitter about that shit. Mm-hmm. Inside both statuses can exist simultaneously. Mm-hmm. And I think they're kind of riding this wave of like, man, can you get out of my fucking lives?
Mhm.
you know. And anyways, they should have done, if they had made us think about this in the spring. I don't think this would have been a thing.
No.
I don't think this
Um,
would have been a thing. More truckers get. You're going to fill the things with vaccinated truckers, even the younger guys,
mhm,
right? And when everything opens up or when things open up, because flu season's down, so we're just like, there's less transmission because it's
mhm,
summer, right? Then life seems normal again here in Canada, kind
mhm.
of, right? I mean, there's still masks and stuff, but it seems kind of normal. You can go places, you can see people, right? So people wouldn't have given a shit. But we just went through fucking winter. They locked us down at Christmas for the fucking second time in a row. People
Mhm.
couldn't see their fucking families, right? And or were told not to see their families again.
Mhm.
And I think people are just like upset about that, you know.
Yeah, to some degree. I mean, the only thing I'll say about truckers is they're actually incredibly social people. If you ever talk with a trucker, they're always on the CB radio or phone gossiping. They are the fucking
Oh,
ends of the road. Oh
they're
yeah.
you know what they are? They're Twitch streamers in trucks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're very used. I've worked with a lot of truck drivers in the trades industry. I honest to God, I wouldn't be surprised if most of those truckers at a lot of these rallies and places
Mhm.
are truckers that weren't working to begin with, just due to like maybe even seasonal work, because a lot of them are like dump
Right,
trucks,
right,
just trailer units that probably might be used for pup trailers,
right, right.
because like
You're comfortable being on the road, like that's your jam.
well, I don't even think that I would be shocked if most of the people actually at the rallies are affected by the border mandates, honestly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because if you're working and you're paid by the load or by the kilometer, like these truckers, they make time, right? Like, let's hit the fucking road, let's
Yeah.
go. Like, long haul truckers don't fuck around, right?
Okay.
There's no time. There's places to be. There's roads to hit. You
Mhm.
want to miss traffic at places. These guys sitting there for a full fucking week. Think
Mhm.
of a full week's worth of wages that you've missed out on. If you have actual work
Mhm.
and you know that there might not always be work with the mandates or like things slowing down,
Mhm.
why would you be out there wasting a week of your time not making money as a trucker? Right? That's
Right.
what it
Right.
leads me a little bit to believe that these guys weren't working and these are just seasonal truckers that are
Mhm.
going out and making a stink because they have the time to.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd be shocked if most of them were actually affected by the mandates. My guess is that 90% that's vaccinated were the
Yeah.
people that were affected by the mandates. So,
It- yeah. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, if they made the restriction more permanent, because I think that there was a change in January or something. If they had done that in like May,
mhm.
they could have had it, and this probably wouldn't have been something.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of with you. I'm tired of this pussyfooting around the mandates. At this point, they just need to use like literally the Canadian Charter, where you can make things like this mandatory for public health reasons. Say, pull up your big boy pants, take the fucking political L, do it. Because honestly, the coronavirus, when vaccines were made,
Mm-hmm.
we know there are minor side effects. We know that, but the whole point was everybody was supposed to take that L together that could get vaccinated, and that's like a collective moment of society coming together, saying we're going to do this all together because we need to solve this problem. And we have just the people that are abnormally against vaccines have totally fucking thrown a wrench into the mix. And that's why I'm personally frustrated with like these anti-vaxxer people. Is it's no willingness to like take the jump with everybody else in society because it's
Why,
just
why,
it yeah.
wait, hold on. Like, why were you expecting a perfect solution?
Well, there would never be a perfect solution,
Well,
but
no,
you
I
know,
know, but I mean, your expectation is that there would
yeah, of
be, and they
course,
somehow stole it from you.
well, of
Okay,
course,
but
of course, I have an expectation.
you're never gonna get a perfect solution.
No, but you could get better than as it is now, right? Like think of the anti-vaxxer movement even like 5 years ago. It was non-existent. It was fringe. It was very rare. Did you ever hear about it? Right? We eradicated diseases because it was so fringe, right?
Mhm.
And now it is like we just can't deal with this because we have such now a sizable percentage of the population that holds these views, and it's hard to progress forward with the vaccination rate. Where if it wasn't as prominent, we would probably have gotten our, you know, we've
That
reached
holds
the
the
targets we wanted.
Alright. That holds the views of what? I don't want to inject things in me if I don't feel safe with them.
Well, hang up, they are safe.
No, I know, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't feel safe, then okay.
Would we use this for anything else though? I don't feel safe driving sober. I want to drive drunk now.
I don't feel safe driving sober. I want to drive drunk.
Yeah, I drive better when I'm drunk. I don't feel safe driving sober, right?
You know what? I knew a functional drunk once,
Yeah.
and I swear to God, man, this guy was so sober when he was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. It was fucking weird, dude. And I don't think. Anyways, yeah, it was just strange. Some guys,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how fucking functional he was, right? But he was drunk. He was fucking drunk all the time.
But would we base policy off that one guy not feeling safe being sober while he drove?
No, I wouldn't base policy off of him, but I certainly wouldn't force him to do anything he doesn't want to do.
I would force him not to drive if that was the case. I would take away his license. Right? That guy clearly poses a threat to society driving around drunk, right? Knowingly, right? I would say that it would be totally like egregious to let that guy drive around.
You know what? Sorry, come to think of it, that guy did walk. He did walk.
Yeah?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He didn't drive. He walked. Sometimes I'd give him a ride, but he's always walking bus, this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, that's fine because he probably lost his license when we realized that it was,
right.
He was driving. Yeah.
Yeah, so
same with the thing, right? Like the thing is people like to believe that their risk assessment or the thing that they've calculated to be the best option for themselves isn't always the case. Unfortunately, because we're prone to biases. Maybe we miss things. Maybe we don't look at things a certain way. I think sometimes when we have a large collective group do it, and the reason that it works that way when we have large bodies that come together to make decisions is because we're trying to eliminate as many biases and issues that would arise when we're building these policies from so many people having input into them.
Right. You're going to kind of get a middle that most of the people are just going to kind of fall by the wayside. Because you're optimized for one vein of like, kind of,
you might miss out on like the super far fringes of society because those people aren't very prominent in society. But I mean, then how do we come to make decisions as a society if it's not a collective like decision?
How do we? As a society, I don't think there's. I think there. This is just my personal preference. Okay, not based on science or anything. It's my personal preference to handle things in a more localized way. Not to say that everything has to be hyper localized to the individual. That's ridiculous. Okay. Okay, but in a more localized way, in that I can adapt how I'm going to live based on my situation, the challenges presented, right? So just because I find you can, and it's my approach to work on things more intensively, okay, than extensively. You understand what I mean? So that's it. But as far as like we always talk about mandates, and I'm pretty sure I want to know what's reasonable or unreasonable for you. Now, let's say I was like, you know what, this COVID shit, it's freaking me out. I'm gonna go live in a very rural area of fucking BC or something, okay, where I don't have a lot of contact with other people. I'm just gonna wait this out. If in 5 years, because I can, right? If in 5 years, okay, they don't have vaccine, I'm going to go take it seriously. If I have to go see people masked, but I don't see a lot of people. You know? This person shouldn't be forced to take a vaccine. Should they?
Why not?
Because they don't want to, and they have very low potential contacts, right?
But if you could lower
it doesn't matter. Is it worth fucking optimizing this one person remotely when literally anybody who's triple vaccinated living in a large area where they have multiple contacts in an urban dense area, okay, that person who's vaccinated is spreading way more, okay, than remote person. All right. So why do we have to optimize remote person when he still has a better COVID spreading factor, okay, than overall than this person in the city?
Do you know what life's going to throw at you tomorrow?
What's that?
No, do you know what life's going to throw at you tomorrow, like at all?
No.
Like for 100%. Well, exactly. right? We don't know what that gentleman's going to come in contact with, people he might come in contact with, even being in a remote setting, right? It could be that the 1 week he goes and visits the grocery store for the one time a month he goes, he could contract it and end up dying in his home from it, right? Or spreading it to other people that he sees, right? And then other people that are seen through the chain of things. That's the thing, right? The biggest thing is you can't just on the face of it, unless somebody has symptoms, you don't know, right? So when we realize in society that there is a way still to lessen your risk of something, right? Because he still has risk. It's not zero. It'll never be zero.
I know. Okay, it's not zero.
Okay. So when we go, okay, we're going to do this all of society because we don't know how people's risks are going to go up and down. We can't predict that, right? We don't know where they might move or who they might see. It's very hard to gauge who is spreading it sometimes if they're asymptomatic or not, or
you're talking about, okay, hold on. You're talking about to optimize, okay? To optimize this situation or low contact situations. Okay?
Well, of course, I'm thinking like
for COVID, for COVID number effectiveness, better number, okay? And at the cost of all other things that you would have to do to actually enact that.
What is it costing, though? What is it costing him, honestly?
Well, I mean, no. What is it costing him? What is it costing society? Okay, to vaccinate this person.
Well, it would cost like maybe a couple of dollars in the needle, right? Like
no. He doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to.
I already told you what he's costing society.
No.
It's the potential, right? Because I haven't actualized that potential, right? You're asking me to actualize a situation when I have to talk in potentials because I have to reach a situation first in time to be actually able for that to engage, right? So we have to talk about potential. We have to talk about we can't talk about actualization of a situation, right? So realistically, what it's costing society is all that potential downward shit, right? What it costs him is literally a shot in the arm and a little bit of side effects, maybe, right? And then he's part of that protected where we no longer have to worry about his severe outcomes as a patient later on in the potentiality down the road that we can't actualize until we get there, right? That's why it's a preventative measure.
Yeah, I wouldn't give that guy the shot.
Why not? What is it costing him? What are you taking away from?
For whatever reason he doesn't want to. Okay, he's taking it seriously.
That's fair.
Okay? But he's taking it seriously. He's minimizing his contact. Okay, and that's it. It can't be this difficult. Okay, especially when you have low points of contact. Okay, as opposed to like a fucking urban area. The guy's triple vax. Oh, you want to optimize your life for fucking unvaccinated shit? Go live in the country with your triple vax. Okay, since we're going to great measures to fucking fuck with people's lives.
So when we talk in terms of like cost of things, I think it's important to also like look at like what cost is it to the individual, right? Because when we look at the cost to society, we kind of push that away. It's like it is what it is. We'll deal with it at the time. I think it's a little unfair that when we have these conversations about mandates and vaccines and what should we do, what should we not do, that the cost of the individual never comes into play, right? Because it could be the cost from the individual is much less than, once again, and I can only speak in potentialities, the potential cost to society because there's so many unknown factors that could come into play later down the road. Right? I think it's okay to ask an individual to be like, hey, we know this cost exists now. If you pay just a little bit now, we as a society won't have to pay later down the road. I think it's okay to recognize that there's always going to be a little bit of an individual cost to everything we do. I don't think that's inherently something we should shy from.
Okay,
it's an interesting thought, right? So
I guess we have a line. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to say. Look, don't get me wrong. I think in like cities and urban areas and stuff like that, mask mandates, fucking grocery stores, okay, with fucking gel in the hands, okay, do that shit forever. I'll wear my mask in a grocery store. It's a good idea, okay? It's a good idea generally. You know what else I haven't gotten? I have not gotten COVID yet, okay? Okay, I have not. You know what else I haven't gotten? Literally anything. Okay, no fucking gastro or food poisoning or anything like that. Okay, no fucking maybe a sniffle once in a while. Okay, honestly, I'm worried for my immune system. I feel like it's out of shape. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, but I would still do that. Like I understand in these things, but
So I guess what separates the
but
why is it that the person in the rural setting is asked to pay the cost, but the person in the urban setting isn't?
pay the cost in what way?
Yeah, just to pay the cost of getting vaccinated, right? Because there's a cost to it, right?
Right. Okay. That's fine. You can make the vaccine available.
No. I mean, not like a money sense, in a personal sense, right? Like there's a cost to me by taking that vaccine, right? Because I could get side effects.
No, hold on. You're not taking it because it's the risk, okay? Because there's the whatever imagined risk you have, okay?
Mhm.
Okay, with the, I feel like I need to fucking justify these positions. I don't want to, but it's like I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. I forgot what. I lost the thread. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
Uh,
When I'm using the word cost,
mhm.
I'm meaning in like a you're giving back to society sense, right? You getting vaccinated is like you paying something to society. You're saying I'm going to take this risk by getting the vaccine because I know that the risk of it is less than COVID, and I
Right.
want to help society beat
Yeah.
COVID. So I'm willing to take the risk of taking the
Yeah.
vaccine to help society. Why is it
Right.
that you're okay? Like, are you okay with it being mandated in like urban settings?
Probably, yeah. I think
Okay.
the town per town they can figure out how they want to deal with COVID.
Okay, so what is the difference between it being okay for the urban person to pay that societal cost
Mhm.
versus a rural person not having to pay that societal cost? Why is one okay and the other not?
Because then it gives because people's liberties seem to be very important to people, and it gives people a space to go, people a space to have a choice. Like if you want to live under slightly different rules, go there's somewhere else for you that's relatively safe.
Okay,
Okay.
what liberty is being lost by being vaccinated?
Just to, in this case
Yes.
to just choose not to get this vaccine and wait it out. Just wait it out a few years. You're not
Wait,
comfortable with
that's
it. You're not comfortable with it. Okay, it's like I'm sure if you let people just get comfortable with it, like it wasn't a fucking pressure, they'd actually
mhm.
they'd get with it faster. I think. Okay, so it's not
Okay.
they don't feel like it's being forced on them, and they're just like, okay, you know what? Uh, I don't feel like anyone's forcing this on me. I'll take it, right? But now it's like aggressive. Take the vaccine or you're shit. And it's like, fuck you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. This is not how this is not this is not how I want to interact with society.
Do you think the people that are frustrated that others won't get it are more pissed off that they were willing to pay that societal cost willing, but
Mhm.
that the other participants in society are having to be coerced or are not as willing to pay that societal cost? Do you see like maybe the frustration that is in there from people?
Right, but I mean, it's not my fault that you're motivated that way.
Well, it's not that they're motivated the way. That's just that's how they're feeling, right? Like
No, I
they're
know that's how they're
yeah.
feeling. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, it's their feelings of why am I paying the societal cost by getting vaccinated willingly, and you won't help pay the same societal cost by
Well,
doing it, right?
I know exactly why. I know exactly why I should pay them and they shouldn't. Okay, because
Okay.
I'm in high contagion areas.
Hmm.
Okay, and business wants to be done. There's a lot of people where I live because it's urban and stuff like that, and so it makes sense. Okay, to make these measures. All right.
Hmm.
If I wasn't comfortable with this and I didn't have a life here, my children have a life here. They have friends here. They have infrastructures here. Or families here. I'm not moving.
Hmm.
Okay. So if I'm going to stay here, all right, I'll abide by the rules because I understand what's going on and the costs that need to be paid to live in a fucking urban setting like this. Okay. But if it was really a problem for me, and I would have a choice in this financially, right?
Hmm.
If it was a really problem for me, I could move to the fucking country, okay, where I can just not have high points of contact and stuff like that and live in a place where I feel comfortable, okay, just masking up when I'm in public areas,
Hmm.
okay, and that's it. And if people didn't feel like It's happening, and no matter what, and people who normally call you a shithead all the time are holding a gun to your head, telling you to do something that you're not comfortable doing right now. Okay, you tend to fight back against that reflexively, right?
Well, nobody's holding a gun to your head, right? It's not the mandate is not get vaccinated or else. The mandate is like
no one's
is like you still have a choice because there's still usually other options: get tested or
right.
the quarantines or things like that, right? You still at the end of the day have a choice. The choice is like the thing is with the mandate, it's like this is how we're going to run society, much in the same way. We're not going to let people drink and drive. We're not going to let people, seatbelts are going to be mandatory, right? And
there was an HPV vaccine rollout in Canada.
Yeah,
that went very quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think we're fighting HPV. All right, it kills a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in their elderly years, and we had a vaccine rollout in the schools. Mm-hmm. No one made a fuss. You know why? Because you didn't have to, but everyone just kind of did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and fuck, I had another thing to tell you. Shit.
Yeah, because it's actually worked into Canadian law that they can do stuff like mandates like that for public health.
Well, but anyways, my point is that I got the vaccine. I was reluctant, or not reluctant. I was hesitant to get the vaccine. I'm like, come on, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for manufacturing this fucking shit. Okay, and now I gotta thanks for manufacturing this shit and not stopping planes and stuff like that. Now I gotta deal with this fuck. And then I gotta deal with this fucking shit. But okay, it's there. My kids have lives. They're gonna need the vaccine to go to school, to go do this, to do that. So we're getting the vaccine. It seems like it's fairly safe. I'm probably gonna make it. All right.
Yeah.
Right. But that's it. If for whatever reason that gives you so much anxiety that but you still take it seriously.
Yeah.
Go to a setting where you can be comfortable with that until you can.
That's fair. Was it the unknowingness of the vaccine that was like scared you? Because like when they rolled the vaccine, I was like, fuck it, can I be first in the line? I want to get this thing, get it over and done with. Like I don't mind vaccines at all.
Right.
So
I mean, look, vaccines take 10 years to make it to market.
For some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Is there a reason they take longer to get to market?
Usually, probably my guess is resources. Having the money, probably having the money to fund studies, development, right? Like finding investors would be my guess, right? And then all the time spent behind usually just getting people putting people aside at the FDA for people to go through drugs, right? When you have a stack like this to get through every year, and your paper's all the way fucked down here, it's going to take you fucking 10 years to get through that fucking stack, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, fair enough.
So that's one thing I don't think people realized was like when you throw everything to the fucking front of the production line, right? If you've ever played a production game, if you have that thing all the way in the back and you push it, boom, right to the head with full resources.
Sure. We're afterburnering this fucking shit.
Yeah, you fucking slammer done, right? So, but yeah, and I think some people, unfortunately, I get it.
There's a lot. You know what? There's a lot of money. There's a lot of politics in there. Okay, I mean, this is essentially. I mean, could it be said that this is like this is kind of like a World War III, but like it's us against fucking germs?
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. I very much feel it. Can I also say it also does feel like sometimes people do not understand that like germ theory is a thing. Like I swear to God, they think like an actual like person that's named COVID is like walking around infecting people. Honest to God, it just there's so many people that I don't think understand like the germ theory disease, and or don't even know what it's called, and it drives me nuts. But yeah. So.
Okay, Critical Canadian, Critical Canadian.
You just call me CC.
CC. This was an absolute delight.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fucking blast.
Talking to you. Yeah, absolutely. But it's time for me to end. I told you an hour and change.
Yep.
And I hard stop at 11. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
If anybody's watching on CC's side, Montreal player, I have chats like this with people. Basically, this is my content. If you like this conversation where people kind of do this, all right, that's basically it for me. Nice. It was great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Take care.